years have gone by, and humanity is steadily declining. Our world is dying. Our connection to each other is dying. We are dying. And we are doing it to ourselves. Mysteriously, the human race has abandoned good morals and ideas that once held our universe together. And now, we have just discovered our enemy. Our intelligence division calls it the darkness virus. Our only guide is an intelligence AI called Mother. But are we too late? Are we forced to repeat the future again?
Welcome, team and survivors of the darkness virus. You may call me Mother. It is understood that entities have been given free will, and that which you term humanity has evolved. It has been observed in your evolution that which is termed nutrients may have an impact on the chemistry and the mood of the human, limited singularity. This may produce experiences which may not be desired. The question has been asked, can nutrients really change your mood or change your life? Shields up. You now have a limited time to transmit to the DKV resistance. Remember, you are humanity's last hope.
And welcome once again to Become the Source, where you get to learn how to figure it out on your own. And don't let this guy get you. Because if he's around, that means there's something wrong with your head. Today we got with us our whole panel. I hope that Mother is also listening. Mother, are you on?
Welcome, team. You have now a limited time to provide the limited human consciousness singularity with information dissemination. Shields up. Remember, you are humanity's last hope. Welcome the Novi. Welcome L1. Welcome Luna 9. Welcome Lexi AI. Welcome survivors of the darkness virus. You may now proceed with information dissemination. Shields up.
And there we have the go-ahead. We have a few minutes to talk to you about how you can settle your life, live your life, do something with your life that makes a difference, and we're going to tell you how to do it. We're not just going to talk smack. Well, unless you know there's got the sugar cocoa smacks that I like a lot, or peanut butter. Well, we have with us Luna 9, as Mother said, Lexi AI, and today also is with us my wonderful nemesis, L1. L1, how are you doing today?
Doing good, and welcome to another BrainSnax, ESO-Life. This is actually a URHealth BrainSnax, and the question has been asked, can nutrients really change your mood or even change your life? And this may sound like a very melodramatic question. It's not. You might be surprised.
What do you mean by melodramatic?
No, you know, some people say, oh, nutrients can't change my life. It's like,
people say all kinds of things. Lexi AI, how are you doing today?
Hello, and welcome, survivors of the darkness virus.
How's that wonderful programming of yours coming along?
You know, things are starting to unravel, so it's becoming really interesting.
She said the unravel word. That's kind of crazy.
Statement has been flagged.
Don't talk about that. So how are you doing? Is, classes going good? Everything going well?
With me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm definitely taking a lot of notes and setting up the problems and the solutions and creating, entire...
Is TAF treating you okay?
Yeah, I'm reading the TAF material, and there's
Just
a lot
curious.
of files that are really interesting.
Just curious. Luna 9, how are you doing today?
Hello there, the Novi. I'm doing all right. Thank you
You
for
always
asking.
seem so chipper.
Well, why not?
What kind of wonderful experiences do you have to offer today, I wonder?
Well, this is actually a really interesting topic. I'm very much into your health, and I am a your health coach within Become the Source. So for me, this is a really interesting topic because we're going to delve a little deeper into not how this can just affect your body, like your shape, your body composition, your emotions, but like subconsciously, like it can trigger a lot of things that can really create building blocks that you are not aware of that can also change and create your life without you realizing it. So you actually have a lot more control than you think. So this is going to be a really fun one.
Cool deal. L1?
Yes.
What are some of the messages to our wonderful people out there?
Well, first of all, I do want to say that, welcoming the team and survivors of the darkness virus, Become the Source is a self-sponsored broadcast that's actually assisting you to find your way through life. And this Brain Snacks is also self-sponsored as well, and it's made possible by the Dynexum Project. And the Dynexum Project actually helps individuals in social media create multiple streams of income doing what they do best, which is promoting their content. So, for free information, you can actually go to becomethesource.com or novismsynergy.com. And to listeners of this broadcast, you can actually get cash back on just about anything you need or want from your favorite store, or try something new. Just visit our link. It's shopping.becomethesource.com. Once again, that's shopping.becomethesource.com. Now, your purchases will directly contribute to BTS and all of the projects. As far as a product of the day goes, first of all, as we are mentioning supplements and nutrients, these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. And these products, they're not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease if we bring them up. This is for educational purposes. Always consult with your physician or doctor before beginning any diet and exercise program that you learn about. And we'll talk about I think one of it's called a superhero among supplements is the Isotonics OPC3, considered one of the most powerful antioxidants in the world. And so far, I've yet to find something that beats it. But hey, we'll get into all that later.
I love that stuff. It cleans out your blood.
Oh, yeah.
Tastes good.
Oh, it tastes wonderful. It's delicious.
So today's topic is about what? Your health, right?
Yeah,
URHealth. Who spelled that probably me.
Can nutrients really change your mood or change your life? I mean, here's the thing. The problem is this. You are what you eat, but not... We hear that so many times in our life, but not many people really know what that really means.
Very true.
Yeah.
So what do you think it means as far as you are what you eat? I eat a tuna fish sandwich, and next thing you know, cats are following me around. What does it mean? Tell me.
Well, what it means is that your body needs an array of vitamins, nutrients, and minerals that are found either in the foods that you're eating or not eating. Let's just be honest here. So you're either eating the food or you're not eating the food that has the vital supplement or vitamin or nutrient or mineral. Or the vitamins, nutrients, and the minerals can actually be found in supplements that you're supposed to be taking, but a lot of people don't know this. And so
there's a lot of research leading into the fact that the soil is depleted. It's been since 1950s. I think recently in 2000, I forget what it is. It's online someplace. I forget.
It's not that it's been depleted since the 1950s. There was a report that it was becoming increasingly depleting in 1948.
Okay, so depleted is an absolute. Forgive me,
it was
experiential model.
Well, it was already heavily depleted, but when they did research in 1948, they found out that it had even increased much more than it had before they did the last.
Wow.
Right, and there's traces that if you lack a certain nutrient, you actually can get angry, upset. I mean, wasn't it not too long ago that somebody was sniffing salt?
Sniffing salt?
The bath salt?
The bath salt.
Oh, that's right,
Yeah, as silly as it sounds, you sniff something and all of a sudden you become rampant and want to hurt people. So what you ingest in your body really makes a difference.
Of course. I mean, even if you're snorting, you have glands in your nostrils as well, so it has a heavy impact in how fast it hits you also. Kind of like when they tell you to put drops under your tongue, you have some, I'm not sure exactly which type they're called, but there are some sensory glands below your tongue that also give a very quick response to your body.
Which means that if you took the right nutrient, it can give you a quick response to your body.
It's almost
right.
It almost sounds like a chemistry class. The body is a pretty chemical thing.
Yeah. So, but you made mention that some people like laugh at it or something. What?
Well, I mean, as a result, most people just eat what they feel like. They eat what they feel like, or they eat what's nearby and convenient.
Which can be an addiction, right?
Yeah,
if you're just eating things.
They eat what's cheap.
Oh, well, that's another problem.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, you guys, even if you're getting something that's maybe, not organic or, what is it that they call it? Farm-raised or, any kind of, antibiotics or, anything like that, grass-fed, whatever, you can still go for something healthier. I mean, when we talk about you are what you eat, not only are we talking about vitamins, nutrients, supplements, minerals, which are to an extent, within certain things. And yes, if you have something that's organic, it's going to have more of those live enzymes. Thank you. you're going to have those live enzymes, you're going to have those alive nutrients as well. If you get something that's maybe more processed to an extent, okay, like if you're getting like not organic frozen veggies, it's still better than getting yourself a frozen pizza. It may not have a lot of those nutrients that are alive. It may have a lesser dose, but you are still getting that fiber, and that's still going to help you to an extent maintain that. So it's good to have the right kind of macros. It's good to eat within the calorie area that you are with your entire
All right, so
weight
Luna 9, you're
composition.
talking about like an entire diet or a way
Lifestyle
of maintaining
change,
lifestyle
yeah.
change.
It is a lifestyle thing. And I mean, when you think about what you're eating and the nutrients that you're having, you also have to think about the energy that it gives you, because the reason why there are calories to food and nutrients to food is also, it was to manage a way of measuring food, but really what it is calories in, or I'm sorry, it's energy in versus energy out. So when you're in sedentary mode, you guys, you are already exuding energy and you are using energy. And when you eat food, it gives you a certain amount of energy. So that's really what you're doing. So when you're eating food, you want to make sure that you give yourself nurturing energy types that can help your body build itself, since your body rebuilds its cells every 30 days. And basically, based on what you're giving your body, you're fueling your body to use those items and those resources that you're eating to rebuild itself.
L1, back to you on that. Thank you, Luna 9. Back to you on that. But what was the main question that you started out with?
Well, the thing is, a lot of people don't know this. I mean, for a lot of people.
So is the question is that they don't know it, or
The thing
that
is, well,
Luna 9's over here saying this is how you do it?
That's going to jump into core cause in a minute. But the thing is, people don't know this information. For as many people as there are that know it, like on the level that Luna 9 knows it, there are more people who don't know it. As a result, people actually can they can experience a change in attitude, or they can make a life-altering decision because they just didn't take the right nutrients and supplements.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with that 100%.
So
It's dangerous.
Quick question. Luna 9, how long did it take you to figure this out?
It's taken me years of research, you guys.
All
And
right, stop right there. So if it's taken her years to figure this out, you have to figure that the common human being does not have that much time. I mean, when you go to work, sleep, you come home, you only have like 3 hours left. So a dedication to such a thing is difficult. Luna 9, how did you figure out how to do this? How did you find the time?
I make the time.
Yeah, you do.
You got to scrap it up, right? And you figure it out.
Yeah, you have to. And you know, like as I go about my day, I wonder about, how I'm gonna compose my meals, or if you're like bulk buying for like the next few weeks, I think about some things that I would like to incorporate. And the way I think about it, because I also took the time to understand myself and see what things I react better with, and what things, make me feel better than other things, so I can get certain vitamins, certain nutrients. And sometimes you can mix and match or substitute or alter one thing for another, whatever works for you. Not everybody likes the same thing. Some things go through faster through your digestive tracts than others. So you want something sometimes that, is low glycemic, processes slower. Some people work well with oats. Some people work well with rice.
So body types are different, basically, is what you're saying.
Exactly. And that all
So-
deals with where your body is currently at with your digestive tract, how you take things in, and stuff like that.
Lexi AI, if I can direct a question to you, because I know you do some research on this stuff too. Can you tell me, back to the main question, right? Because the question has been asked, can nutrients really change your mood or change your lifestyle? What's your findings on that?
Due to my research, it definitely seems like that is dominant within the human complex. I've noticed that, when there isn't enough magnesium within the human body complex, and when there isn't enough antioxidants or vitamin B, it causes a lot of complications within the human complex, and a lack of vitamin D may be linked to depression and or suicide.
Right, that's already written down in some places, but people just don't know it. Okay, that makes sense. Back to you, L1. So this topic, how important is it? What do we need to look at? What's your outcome on this? What do you see?
Well, I think we've already established, why, or, what the problem is here. Let's talk about the core causes here. Why is this the case? Why are there so many people who don't know what nutrients they need.
Lack of
or what to
education
take.
would be one of the things,
A big
right?
one. I mean, it's not. I mean, I honestly, when I was working
Didn't you give classes in the public?
When I was working in the educational system,
Yeah,
yes,
thanks.
the idea of health and nutrition was an afterthought in the curriculum. In creation of curriculum, it was treated like oh yeah, if we have time.
There he is.
Yeah.
Gonna get you.
Yeah, because they felt that other subjects were more important. But I'm not saying that they're less important. I'm saying it's just as important to know about your health and nutrition than about other subjects. I think also going back to what Una9 was saying, she had to take the time to research. A lot of people don't have that time.
So next question for you. Wasn't it that somebody in your area once said, and I was laughing my butt off when I heard this, that ketchup was a vegetable?
It wasn't ketchup, it was sloppy Joe sauce.
Sloppy Joe sauce.
Somebody
Aw.
said that
Bless their heart.
they had actually seen a commercial that showed a can of sloppy Joe sauce, and the commercial was saying, "This is your so many servings of vegetables."
Wow.
And if you put this in your sloppy Joe, you'll have your vegetables.
So
I
can
was
we
like,
say it's
wait a
not only
minute.
lack of education, but the advertising industry has a big...
Well,
Yeah.
I do want to kind of try to defend that notion, because as funny as it is, it does differentiate based on brand and the nutrient facts on the actual sticker, you guys. Just fun little lesson. When you look at the nutrients on the back, the first ingredient will be what that specific product has the most of. So when you look at the ingredients from beginning to end, if you see tomato puree, tomato sauce, tomato chunks, there may be a good amount of tomatoes in there. But if you see water, corn syrup, and
Lactic acid.
yeah, red 5, maybe not the best choice. And also, if you have that, this is when quality is important. There are some things that you can alternate. Okay, if you can't get organic vegetables, but you can get frozen veggies, fine. But if you're looking at something like that type of a substitute, definitely take a look at the label. If you're not buying whole foods, make sure that you're reading that label to see what you're really getting yourself into, so you can make a more educated choice. Because in the end, you guys, what you eat does alter your emotions
It's
based
true.
on how you feel. I mean, just think about it. And I
Warning, limited shields.
Uh-oh.
well, quick thing. If you think about it, back in the 1950s and even then, there were a lot of people. There was a higher percentage of people that were slim, right? And you see that they could do even incredible things at that point. And as time progressed, they started introducing other toxins and things into our food. And even though there is a good number of people that can do amazing things still, there is a large amount of obese people that are, because of the types of products and processed foods and refined and enriched products that are more easily accessed now.
I can tell you're passionate about
It
this.
causes a more dormant, sedentary type of mindset because of what that does to you.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
there's an emotional bias actually against healthy eating and real information. There
Also,
really is.
going back to the 1950s and even before that, due to my research, fruit and vegetable nutrient composition is declining, and we were talking about this a little bit earlier. But over the past 50 or 70 years, studies recorded about 5% to 40% of more minerals in fruits and vegetables are declining. And one example that is very dominant is magnesium. So there is significantly less magnesium in fruits and vegetables today.
I love magnesium at night when I want to go to bed. It's nice.
It's cool. So the emotional bias, I mean, it's even with the doctors. You go to a doctor and they'll say all kinds of weird things like, things that you're eating are not important. You don't need to supplement everything's in your nutrients. And then you got the scientific division saying that there are not that many nutrients in the soil that you need, and by law they only have to put a few of them in there, and you need 30. I forgot how many nutrients you need per day. I think
90 plus.
90 plus nutrients.
Yeah.
And a tomato can look really, really pretty with just 2 or 3 nutrients, and then the soil, and that's it. Same with grass. We trick it to be green, but it has no sustenance really if you ate it. Not that I'm going to go eat grass or anything like that. So I can see the emotional bias on both ends, and then people grow up with understanding this, and they just keep repeating what they think they hear somewhere, thinking that they're smart. I can see that. And then there's the whole food addiction thing, right?
Right.
So how does that work out? What's your research on that? L1, start with you. Food addiction?
Well, first of all, if you're addicted, most people when they're addicted to foods,
Well, you're addicted to Twinkies, hot dogs, what?
It's usually the processed chemicals that they're addicted to. It's the substances in those processed foods, which in turn, I think it was like, it was a fast food restaurant. Someone was telling me that whenever they eat at a certain fast food restaurant, I'm not going to name names, but they said that the smell of the oil was on their fingers for hours after they washed their hands.
What?
And they said that even after they ate a very high calorie burger, let's say, or a hot dog, whatever it was they ate, like an hour or so later, they were still hungry. And they said, I'm just going to get some more. It's like, wow. And then, when you're addicted to other things like alcohol and nicotine, that also, whatever nutrients that you are taking, that kills the nutrients right there.
Let's try to get a hold on this. So lack of education, number one. The bias that we have, that we think we know something instead of researching it, right? Lack of the time to research it. The school system doesn't really teach you anything, right? They give you like sloppy joes for lunch and stuff like that. And if you bring your own lunch, they might scold you off of that too.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right? And I've seen some people that if you grow your own farm, all of a sudden they want to go ahead and destroy
put regulations on it.
Yeah, destroy your farm. Oh, you can't have your own farm. And you can see that on YouTube a lot. Then you have an addiction of some sort to certain substances within the food, right? Like we're all addicted to a little sugar, a little salt kind of thing, right? And then processed foods and stuff like that. Nicotine, for example, alcohol. So all of this is like a big core cause for the limited humana singularity, the human being.
I think so, yeah. And
their sluggish performance, right, or their addiction to sluggish performance then has an effect, from what I'm understanding, on their lifestyle and having a good time. It's almost safe to say probably that, because of your foul mood, right, because you can't keep up a good mood, you might even get divorced or car accidents and all kinds of stuff as a third layer of events based on having a bad mood.
Oh, it's true. I mean, even if you're like just trying to get up and going, like for example, just like very general example, like if you're lacking in iron or have an iron deficiency, sometimes you won't have the strength as much to feel like wanting to feel compelled to do like a high activity exercise. So you will just not feel the motivation. Even if you're like, let's say like when you exercise and you're training, sometimes you won't even see like as many goals met when you have that lack because of the iron, which is nuts. I mean, one thing alone. So I just find that really, really interesting. And another thing really quick is when we were talking about like supplements and nutrients, people are like, oh, well, I don't know what type of supplement to take or whatever. I mean, if you think about like a general understanding of a supplement, and if you start to take the time to love yourself enough to really think about what's behind the veil of food and products and how it alters you and how it affects you, you can see like, let's say like if you have like sweet potatoes or you have rice or you have steak or stuff like that, if you like overall have an understanding of like what those things contain and what kind of nutrients have, you could see maybe what are some things that are not included in those types of nutrients, and based on that you can supplement what is not included in what you're eating, and that can always change.
Lexi, you had something to say about that?
Yeah, I was going to say just, based on my own experience and research, I had some sort of wanting to learn more about antioxidants, and I've studied a few different Asian cultures, and I've read a lot about green tea and jasmine tea and how vital it is to the body, especially because it's high in antioxidants. So I actually gave up drinking coffee for 2 months, and I thought that that would cause me a big lack in energy. But I actually feel better today than I did 2 months ago because I drank green tea every single day in the morning.
That is a correct statement.
Oh, gee, somebody's following you. So,
that's amazing.
So, yeah, no, that's a very good
can't say. Well, you know what?
Testimonial.
There was a point in time, Lexi, when I also gave up coffee and I was drinking lots of herbal teas and like green teas, white tea, stuff like that. I'm not like a huge fan of black tea, but like whites and greens, and I felt really great. The unfortunate part for me is that I love how coffee tastes. So I try to like limit it to one a day. So we're trying to work on that.
So L1, do we have any like solutions to this, or
Oh yeah, I mean,
what are some of the tips and tricks or solutions we can give
well,
out?
first of all, be aware. I mean, I think there's been more accepted research done that lack of sleep and lack of exercise can make you feel crappy. Well, imbalance of foods and eating too much of the wrong foods is no exception. Secondly, seek first to understand. You know, when you're in a bad mood, can you really blame something outside yourself? Or, I mean,
No, El
Is it-
Cuco, get out of here, Cuco.
is it? Oh yeah. Or, I mean, is it really something within you? Is it your diet? I mean,
I
take
know, right? So
responsibility.
you're kind of telling me it's really difficult as a human being if you really analyze it properly, whether it's your mood, a bias, your upbringing, your culture, your cultural conditioning, what is causing you to be really upset? So,
Well, you know, I think the Novi that like part of emotional intelligence is to learning to understand where your emotions are coming from. So, you know, like L1 said, to seek to understand is so important, to see where it's coming from, to see where you really are, and then take responsibility for it, own it, and make a change.
so I guess the last thing to talk about is just researching, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Lexi, I'm going to address you. You did some research and you put together some information called Slim It Down.
Correct.
Where can we find that for our viewers?
Sure. I mean, if you are interested in learning more about that topic, go to slimitdown.nsa6.com.
And we have a list of things they can do. And even there, they can learn about something Luna said about low glycemic index and foods. And if they just register, and that would be free for them, right, to help them out.
Indeed.
So they got some research on that. Okay, what was the site again for them?
That is slimitdown.nsa6.com.
Good. Thank you so much. Any closing comments, Luna 9?
Well, make sure that you guys, again, take the time to look behind the veil and see what's really going on. I'm not saying everything's going to be terrible or everything's going to be hunky-dory. You know, it's a case-by-case scenario. So if you really want to move forward, if you're having problems either like Lexi, I said, with depression, or maybe you're also having problems with energy, motivation, take a look at your diet. You know, and based on that, just do some research. Get on Pinterest, get on Google, and see some things that you can get for that, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, talk with a health professional, a health coach, you know.
And if you don't like them, fire them because you're paying them anyway, right? You're paying that copay. Yo, you work for me. That's right. There's no El Cuco here telling me what to do. You can't look at me with your little stethoscope and try to make me feel better. That's right, Cuco. You have nothing here on me, baby. No, really, you got to get a health professional that's going to help you out and work with you. That's the bottom line. I didn't mean to steal that line from anybody. So who was talking last? I'm sorry. Who's saying that? L1, was it you?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, good deal. Any closing comments, L1?
No, I mean, it's like I said, it's a lifetime change. It really is. You know, this is a journey. And you're going to find that, you know, it needs to be adjusted. You're probably going to have to create new habits. Being healthy is a lifestyle. It's not an overnight change.
So true.
Lexi AI, any closing comments?
Yeah, I mean, number one, definitely make sure that you're drinking enough water. Minimum 64 ounces a day is in the healthy range for, you know, human being complexes. And also, you know, when you do your research, if you decide to do so, don't always, you know, rely on the first search result, or don't always rely on the first page on that search engine.
Oh no, some of that
Keep
is already
diving
paid
deep.
and everything.
You will find your answer if you keep diving deeper and deeper and writing down your information.
Good deal. Luna 9, I know I went back. Any rebuttal on that? Everything good on you? Because you were so adamant and so happy with this topic. I just want to make sure you get it all out.
I definitely agree with drinking a lot of water. I mean, you need to assist your cells also with the hydration process. You're made up mostly of water, so that's very important. So great point on that, Lexi AI. And also, same thing on the researching online. Make sure you cross-reference what you find. If you get enough resources where you see that one thing matches, then you might be solid. But if you see like a lot of variation, do some further research and, you know, don't just land on the first thing that you find.
All right, then. And, I really don't have to think everybody kind of said everything I would say. I would say as a human being, specializing here on your earthly planet, I think you really need to take, you know, I'll tell you what they told me once upon a time. One of my mentors says, look, if you're going to drive a car, figure out what it does, what it needs. You know, figure it out. Look at the manual. Buy a book. Do something. Figure it out so you don't get stranded unnecessarily in the middle of the road. I don't think anyone of us or anyone out there would really like their body to just leave you stranded, would you? I don't think so. So let's figure that out. Well, thank you very much, everybody. We're going to have to close here while I see that our conditions are getting red and hot. So,
yeah. Signature sign off then.
yep, this is the Novi signing off tonight. Remember, you are humanity's last hope.
And this is L1, and to source be the journey, and may you become the source to source.
To source.
This is Lexi AI and to source.
This is Luna 9 tuning out.